Okay, so I'm 11 weeks and 4 days pregnant today, and I just feel so freaking terrible. I've just been feeling sick constantly sick, constantly throwing up. Threw up early hours this morning, threw up again this morning, obviously after I woke up, and now I feel like I want to throw up again. This pregnancy I've been throwing up the most. Ready to be done with this pregnancy already, man. I just can't. This friggin' first trimester is just terrible. I hate it. I don't want no more children after this. No more. No more. No. I'm done.
Ryan Little.
Yoga.
Okay guys, so I literally just got back from delivering, well, not delivering, but posting out you guys' orders for the Here We Grow hair growth oil. And I'm just sitting in my car and it's so freaking hot. I don't even know why I'm wearing long sleeve. I guess, well, I didn't check the weather. But anyway guys, I'm a little bit nervous, right? I'm gonna tell you why. I can't even close the door because it's so hot. But let me just close the door to be on the safe side. And I'll window down. Oh, this feels good. So it's June 15th, 2020, and I am a little nervous because my monthly cycle started today. Yay! But I am kind of scared that I may be pregnant. I know that makes absolutely no sense because if you are having your monthly cycle, then that means you shouldn't be, right? But I'm gonna explain to you guys a little bit more, but let me just get home in the coolness of my home. God damn. Because it is really hot out here. So when I get home, I will explain a little bit more. Okay, let's go.
Ryan Little.
Yoga.
So why do I think that is even possible, especially that I had just started my cycle? By the way, my cycle is over. A whole week has passed and I didn't even record the rest of what I wanted to because obviously life happens and you just go with the flow, right? All right, so the reason why I've said that now is because for those who have never had children before, this is how it works. When you go to the doctor, when you find out that you are pregnant, they always ask you when was the start of your last monthly cycle, right? And then from that moment, they calculate your due date for your estimated due date, right? And that will be your time frame in which you are expected to give birth. But they always give you an extra 2 weeks after, so you can go up to 42 weeks. And that is because, you know, they are also taking out the possibility that you may have been pregnant during the first 2 weeks where they counted in your monthly cycle. It's just a weird way how they calculate it. But anyway, with my last 3 children, my last 3 children, my monthly cycle was between June 14th and June 16th. Yes. And I think with that, I just get really, like when it comes around this time of year, you know, I just feel like, oh my God, what's going on? I am having a monthly cycle, but not because I'm having a monthly cycle, it doesn't mean that I'm not pregnant, right? So this year, my cycle came June 15th. So clearly in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, I may be pregnant and this baby's gonna be born March 18th. Now, I do not want to be pregnant. I am not trying to be pregnant right now. And it's so funny because even with, if you check out my video where I was speaking about, you know, when I found out I was pregnant with Leah, I was like, yes, me and my husband, we were very careful, as much as we thought we were careful, because, you know, we did protect ourselves. It's so weird saying this. But anyway, that doesn't mean things can't happen, things can't break, etc. Here comes baby number 4. 1 second. Look who's joined the chat. Hey. Yeah. Yes. So that doesn't mean things can't happen, right? So with that, yeah, with that, baby girl, chill. With that said, you know, even though, yeah, me and my husband, we came to a conclusion that, Leah, leave it alone, please, baby. Me and my husband came to an agreement that when it comes to the month of June, summertime, we're gonna just abstain, right? And even though we are abstaining, that's not to say what happened in the month prior may not, you know, be like, hey guys, dun 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 dun, because that's what happened in the previous years.
Ryan Little.
Yoga.
All right, so I literally just completed my deep conditioning treatment, but I really wanted to come on here to say one thing I have noticed with doing the deep conditioning treatment with my loose natural hair in comparison to my locks is that look at the bag on my head. It's literally like, you know, kind of like shrunk to my head. But when I used to do this with my locks, it would seem as though, well, this definitely didn't happen, right? And now when I touch my head, it literally feels hot. But with my locks, sometimes it just barely feel warm, like when I touch my scalp. But I think that's because, you know, with the locks just blocking the heat from going directly to my scalp. So if anybody have locks and they are doing any type of deep conditioning treatment where they're using like heat, definitely I would suggest is getting a proper hooded dryer, because this little blow up thing that I use ain't doing it, but it's actually doing something for me right now. So now I'm going to start including this in my 2 weekly deep conditioning treatment. I'm actually considering starting to, you know, do it every week, but I'm not sure if I really can commit to that, because whoo, wash days are crazy. But anyway, let's get right back into what I'm talking about in today's video.
Ryan Little.
Yoga.
Now, this is the part that is a little bit tricky for me now, and that is the fact that I have been feeling sick. Yes, I have been feeling quite nauseous, and I'm just thinking like, why am I feeling like this, right? Like, you know, the funny thing is, when I was younger, I used to get really sick when my monthly cycle would start, but since being an adult, that has never happened to me. So now, you know, I'm starting to have these nauseous feeling, like pregnancy type symptoms. I'm just like, oh my God. So to put my mind at ease, I am going to have to secretly go and buy a test and try and figure this out, because you know, I don't want to tell my husband, because I know his reaction always like, oh, you're not pregnant, why you always da 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 da, you know. He always just thinking like, oh my God, Keisha, why are you saying things like this? And I'm just like, do you think I want this to be happening? Like, no, I am the one carrying the baby, if there is one, and I don't want there to be any, by the way. But you know, it's just a worrying thing. So the next thing I'm about to do is go buy me a test. So that's what we're about to go and do right now. Let's go.
Ryan Little.
Yoga.
Hello guys. Okay, so I literally just got done recording a video which will be up in a couple of weeks, and I just wanted to come on here and talk with you all about my pregnancy test results. What did it say? Okay, so I am happy to say it's negative. Yes, I really am happy that it's negative. Let me show you. It says negative. Yeah, so I'm just very happy to know that the test came back negative. And I know it's a little bit like of a weird one, because you know, there are so many people out there who want to have children and cannot have children, and you know, they would love to be in a situation where they can just have children, etc. But I am just happy for my situation right now, because that's not something I want right now. And there's so many reasons as to why I do not want to be pregnant right now, but the most pressing one right now is this current pandemic that we are living in. Like, I don't even know, you know, how I would cope mentally. So for everyone who's currently pregnant and about to have birth, or just found out they're pregnant, congratulations to you. I hope it's not as stressful, but if it is or if it isn't, please definitely let me know how your journey is in this current, you know, world climate that we're living in. But for me, I think it would be quite stressful. But yeah, that's one main reason why I do not want to be pregnant at this particular time in my life. And there are so many other reasons, as I've mentioned. I don't know if you guys want me to go into that in this video. I don't think you guys care about that. You just wanted to find out the results, which is I am not pregnant. But it's interesting as to, you know, why I thought I was pregnant despite having my monthly cycle back in June. Oh my God. So let me tell you, right, I was still experiencing pregnancy symptoms. Like, no joke. Like, I literally thought I was pregnant. So the reason why I thought I was pregnant, like, there's a multitude of reasons. First and foremost, the first reason is, you know, usually around this time of year, I am finding out that I'm expecting another child. You know, my last 3 children, they were conceived, I believe, yes, they were conceived more than likely around the same exact time. And like I've explained before, you know, my monthly cycle was like couple days, you know, apart with my 3 children, my last 3 children, you know. So I had a cycle in those prior years in the month of June, around the 14th, 15th, and 16th of the month. So even though I had a cycle, I still found out that I was expecting. So my mind started to think, oh my God, it's that time of year. Am I pregnant? And my body, you know, because I was talking to my sister about it, and she's like, Keisha, your body have like muscle memory. So more than likely, this is why you're experiencing all of these things. Obviously, after I told her what was going on, you know, whatever. So I was like, that is so true, because like the symptoms I was having, it was as if I was pregnant. Like my body's like, girl, you're pregnant. I'm like, no. So basically I was feeling sick. I was feeling sick. And when I was pregnant with my children, like the type of sickness that I was feeling, like when I feel sick, I kind of feel it like here in my chest. Like it's such a weird thing, because even when I would explain to my husband like, oh, you know, I could feel it in my chest here, he's like, that makes no sense. But with me, I would always feel it like up here, and I just kept feeling sick. There's certain things I would eat and I'm like, ooh, I don't like this makes me feel like I want to throw up. So I didn't throw up, but I had that feeling of wanting to throw up, right? So that made me think I was pregnant. And also, I'm just looking at some notes that I did write. Also, I was going to the toilet consistently. I'm like, why am I consistently and constantly? I was going to the toilet. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Why am I going to the toilet all the time? No, please, 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 no. Trust me, guys, I was literally scared. Even when I went to do the test, I was like, no, God, please, I do not want to see 2 lines. I do not want to see 2 lines. Please let it be 1. So, yeah, that was another symptom or sign that you could be pregnant, because, you know, those are early signs of pregnancy, feeling sick and going to the toilet constantly. Because with my first son, I remember when I didn't even know I was pregnant. I was around one of my friends and I was telling her like, yeah, I keep needing the toilet. She had just had her son like a couple months prior, right? And she was like, yeah, I think you might be pregnant. I'm like, girl, don't come try, you know, wash your pregnancy mouth over here on me, and then I go end up being pregnant. But I didn't know that, you know, going to the toilet constantly was a sign of early pregnancy. And then obviously I found out I was pregnant with my oldest son at that time. But yeah, so going to the toilet all the time was definitely another symptom that made me think, God, am I pregnant right now? And oh my God, the next thing that made me think I was pregnant is that I kept going to sleep. I was tired all the time. I was tired. I just wanted to sleep. And I remember one of my friends was saying, Keisha, maybe your iron levels are low. But I wasn't really paying attention to that, because my mind really was stuck on, you're pregnant right now. And also I was telling my husband as well, I'm like, oh, I'm so tired and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, maybe your iron levels are low. And that's when I'm like, maybe my iron levels are low. Because as well, like I was getting cold all the time, like and I know they say when your iron levels are low, you can feel cold all the time. And now obviously, now that I've taken the test and it says I'm not pregnant, I'm like, okay, well, maybe my iron levels are low. Maybe that's why you know, tired all the time and going to the toilet, because I always feel cold and is making me go to the toilet, right? But like I says, before this test, I was just thinking I'm pregnant because these are the symptoms I had experienced in all 4 previous pregnancies, and it's happening around the time where I usually find out I am pregnant. And let me see. And oh my God, what I also was experiencing was lower tummy pains. Ooh, guys. You could not tell me I was not pregnant before I took this pregnancy test. My pains, I had some pains in my stomach, and it was down in my uterus area as well. And I'm like, Lord God, no, please don't. And then, you know what I started thinking when I was experiencing all of this? Because I took the test a week after my my cycle had finished, because I was like, okay, maybe what if I am pregnant with twins? Because I'm like, no, these symptoms are just like strong. And it's like, yes, it was happening just before my period and also after my period. So maybe I'm having twins because these symptoms are so strong. So yeah, I was just like, Lord God, please, no. Tummy pain, toilet, tired, feeling like I'm gonna throw up. Yeah, I'm pregnant. No. And the next thing was a heightened sense of smell, which is another sign of early pregnancy. Another sign of early pregnancy. Early pregnancy sign, whatever, symptoms, whatever, right? I could smell everything. I was like, oh, do you smell that? Do you smell this? Do you smell that? And I remember the other day I was in the car with my husband. I was like, I can smell the beach. I can smell seawater. I can smell this. And he's like, no, that's your mind playing tricks on you. I was like, no, can you not smell it? It's so strong. But we were in the car. Windows up. Was the windows up? No, I think it was a nice hot day that day. But I was like, I can smell the sea. I can smell the ocean. Oh my God. I was like, no. You know, so those were some of the signs that I experienced during my pregnancy, my previous pregnancies. So when I started experiencing them now, I was like, I have to be pregnant. There's absolutely no way that I'm not pregnant. But like I mentioned, when I spoke with my sister and I told her about these things, she's like, please bear in mind that your body have a muscle memory. And obviously with this happening around this time of year for 3 years in a row, I think my body was just like saying, okay, this usually happens around this time, so let's do it all over again. But no, my body had me all confused, like, ugh. And this time around, and I know I said that I wasn't going to tell my husband about it. I was going to try and do it by myself and find out. But I was like, yo, all these signs, like, no, I am pregnant and he needs to know right now. But once again, to everybody who is currently expecting or is about to give birth, congratulations. And motherhood is absolutely phenomenal. It's fantastic. But yes, there are some moments. Okay, let's keep it real. Motherhood is beautiful, just like life. You know, it comes with its ups and downs. And it is a beautiful thing, but it can be a little bit of a challenge. You're going to learn a lot about yourself as well as your brand new baby. So yeah, that's all I have to say for today. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And until next time, I will be right back here with another update. Bye.